If you're looking for me, then keep looking. I never hang long enough, I always keep it pushing. Always on the move, and I ain't never with the bullshit. I'm old school, fool, I ain't tryna be a nuisance. If you're looking for me, then keep looking. I never hang long enough, I always keep it pushing. Always on the move, and I ain't never with the bullshit. I'm old school, fool, I ain't tryna be a nuisance. What the fuck is up? So, this is my actual second attempt at this shit because I got too excited and I sound real monotone and real sad. So we're going to try this shit again. This is my first shot at a podcast because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing and I want to share some shit and I feel like I could share something with most of you. I am a fucking weirdo. I am supremely the weirdest thing you're ever going to see. Not physically, like I look like a human or whatever. That's never mind that. Anyways, what I'm saying is I have PTSD and ADHD and I am a fucking hassle to live with. You ask my wife. She knows. Anyways, so from there I just have all these weird life expectancies and the things I used to like deal with, and I'm gonna talk about them right now because fuck it, why not, right? Maybe if it helps one of you, it's worth it. So let's start off with me. My mom, she was granted amnesty back in 90-something under Clinton, and she really tried to provide for me and shit like that, and my real dad, he fucking left because that's what dads do. I was fucking around. That's not for everybody, that's just for me. Anyways, so what happened was we tried to make it. And my mom, well, she did the best she could, but we were broke. She used to work flipping tortillas and this little restaurant that she's still at, and she's fucking the main manager, one of the main managers. And the only reason she's not the other manager is because she doesn't want to fucking do that. So I respect her, and she made a living out of it, and we got better. You know what I mean? The only problem is that I had a lot of problems myself. I didn't want to fucking pay attention to school. When I did, I ended up fucking up. I was the first person I ever seen to get full F's, like on a report card, And my mom saw it and was like, what the fuck is this? And I was like, well, those are F's. I don't know if you can read the paper, but she was like, fucking, that's it. You're going back to school back in Monte. And that's where I've been living since I was in 8th grade. And, we just bounced around a lot. We live in a whole bunch of different places. Like, I think my mom used to live off of Cypress in some ghetto. Then we lived in there by Pico Union, by the Hoover Recreational Center. You know what I mean? Literally, we lived between Toberman and Portland. Like, this shit really, it's fucked up over there. And I remember it was fucked up because they used to shoot at us and not me. I'm not saying us, oh, I'm gangbang, I'm on the street. I'm fucking I don't know, 6 or 7. We were just going to the park and people were shooting and we're fucking running. My aunt, she can back me up on that one because she was the one running. She was holding my hand and we were running down the street. I believe it was, Lucy's Burgers and Pete's Burgers. I think the place is gone now, but fuck it. If you know about it, cool. If you don't feel too bad. It's fucking old shit anyways. I haven't lived there in a long time, but I still carry all those memories. And some of them are bad, some of them are cool, and some of them are just kind of really what happened? Where's everyone at? How did I end up here? And that's kind of what my life is. Just in general, I don't know where the hell I'm ending up. I just roll by it. Even this now, I already did a whole podcast and I was real boring, and that's not who I am. So I had to redo it because my friends tell me yo, you're fucking trippy. You sound like some kind of what my homie said, NPR writer or announcer. I don't know if you ever heard of NPR, but they're like those boring white people that just make those slow ass fucking stations, and that's not me. So I have to redo this shit because I don't know what I'm doing. I just run off the fucking handle. So from being young and being all this other shit, I really just want to be somebody better. You know what I mean? It broke. I remember one time, and this sucks too because I had to drag it out of my mom. I said, yo, did we live in a van? And she said, oh my God, you remember that? I said, wait, what do you mean I remember that? How come you didn't tell me? She goes, I thought you were little. I thought you didn't remember that shit. I said, I remember waking up. And I'm talking about a paisa van.
The one with the big fucking windows in the back. And it had, put it like this, the windows themselves had curtains. That's a fucking paisa van if I've ever seen one. And I opened the curtain, there was some little kid playing outside. And I was like, what the fuck? And I look, and it's me, my mom, and my mom's boyfriend at the time. I don't want to say his name because he might hear it. No, I'm just fucking around. This guy named Martin, and he's fucking like asleep. They're both asleep, and I'm looking around like, what the fuck? Why are we living in this van? And you know what I mean? I come from that. So then we started slowly getting money, and by slowly I mean we lived with my grandma and my aunt, and then that fell apart, and then my stepdad came, who literally just passed away on New Year's Day of this year. So it's like I'm trying to deal with all this wild ass shit now, but then I also have to deal with all the old ass shit from back then, because that's what PTSD is. I literally have certain memories that I can't access. Like, this shit is gone. And what's fucked up is I've talked to people like on Instagram from like old school days of my high school, and I'd be like, yo, I remember you, what's up? And they'd be like, yo, I remember you too. I'd be like, yeah, I remember, I think I had you in some class. Like, some class? Yo, we used to be homies, we used to roll around everywhere. Like, nah, no, we were just friends. Like, no, we were homies. We rode around. We fucking wrote songs. You come to my house. I'm like, oh shit, I don't remember none of that. And then I think like, how the fuck you not remember these things? It's like my life is on a separate thing. I'm looking at it from a fucking movie point of view. And the worst part is that these series or whatever, I get every once in a while. So it's like, here's a new episode from fucking 1994, and that shit sucks because I'm trying to think back at certain things and I just don't remember them. And people come up to me constantly because it's like, oh, I know you. Like, oh, yeah. How you doing there, buddy? Like, I don't know your fucking name. I don't know. I don't remember you. But we were friends at one point and we hung out and we had memorable memories together. But I don't fucking remember that. And honestly, that's some bullshit because I look around and I'm like, is everybody like this? Or is it just me? And it's literally just me. My wife remembers all kinds of shit. All kinds of shit that I don't even know that I was existing in that moment. I didn't know that I shared them with her. I didn't even know that I was there. I don't remember feeling them. Yet here I'm sleeping, I have a fucking nightmare, and I wake up like, oh, what the fuck happened? And I'm having some kind of traumatic experience in the middle of the night. So it's like, yo, how the fuck you not, you know what I'm saying? Like, how is that fair? But this is where it trades off, because that's not fair, right? That shouldn't happen to someone who's doing good. But at the same time, that's why it happens. I'm doing all right. I mean, I'm telling you, I came from this place where we were jumping houses. We just kept moving. My mom used to tell me some weird shit, but really it's because we were broke. And from there, I never had a home. Every fucking place we went, we were jumping. I mean, I was in Glendale. I think we were in Palmdale for a little bit. We were in all over fucking Los Angeles. And then all this shit I never got to really experience. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have a home. I don't have friends come over and be like, oh, let me hang out at your house. By the time that came along, I was in high school and my dad was throwing everybody out because he didn't fucking want nobody at the house. He was like, yo, your friends of this fool's, feel free to invite him to your house. Y'all gotta get the fuck out. And that's the way he was. So this is the problem with this whole podcast thing. I am 100% ready to open up and talk to anybody, but I don't want anybody to talk to me. It sounds selfish and fucked up, because it is, because I don't want you to approach me. I don't want you to think that I'm some approachable person that you could just start talking to. At the same time, I want to talk to you because I want to share my experiences and I want you to maybe get something out of them. Like, really, the kind of shit that I've been through, some people wish they've been through. Some people went through worse. And that's where the fuck you get the experience. And people are like, yo, I shared this shit. I got something out of it. Damn, I feel like that too. I'm a fuck up. I'm a this. I'm a that. Yeah, we're on the same page. You and me are the same. But I'm a little more all over the place. And I know that. And I accept it. And I love myself for it. Because if I didn't have that, where would I be? Where the fuck would you be? You be listening to this shit like, oh yeah, my life is fantastic. Hell nah, I'm a fuck up. My life has been all over the place. I've seen things, been part of shit I really shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? As a kid, as an adult, really, I shouldn't be in these areas. It should be cool. But we're not taught these things. We're taught the fucking chaos. And what happens? You continue the chaos. And then I got ADHD, so I don't fucking ever listen. I'm all over the place. I'm this, I'm that. I'm rolling. I am straight rolling. And because of this, I've had numerous jobs. Like, a lot. I've worked at Food for Less, Smart and Final, Walmart, Walgreens. I've painted houses. I've cut grass. I've fixed toilets. I've paint. What else? You know, like all kinds of like just crazy ass jobs. I've worked at a meat packing factory in Commerce. I used to work in downtown LA selling DirecTV on the phone for VXI. By the way, if you've ever heard that name, fuck that place. You know, and the only reason I never stood at any of those places because I quit. And it was just one of those things of like, you know, being young and stupid, but angry too. So it's like, oh, these people are going to fire me. Fuck that. I'm going to quit right now. Are they going to fire me? I don't know. That's how I feel. That's probably not accurate. But I need to strike before they strike me. That's some like street shit. That's some like, I'm going to fucking survive in this street. Cool. Survive that shit. Do what you got to do. But I'm not in the street anymore. I'm not part of anything anymore. I just need to fucking exist, make my money, and prosper as a person. So quitting these jobs meant I didn't have no damn money, and then I didn't have nowhere to live. My parents, they chose who, you know, they were going to back up, and they backed up each other, and fuck me, right? So I had to go, you know, and I got a lot of love for them, but they had a lot of rules, and they had a lot of like the kind of rules that you're just like, hey, I don't think this is right. Like, you know, I love my dad. Like I said, he just passed away, and it's kind of bad to speak ill of him. But this is the truth. He literally threw me out the day I told him, hey, you know what? I'm tired of working with you. I just want to get a job. I don't know, maybe go to college. Do something like that. That fool literally threw me out. He was like, yo, grab all your shit and leave. And I swear to you, this is a true story. My wife, who was my girlfriend at the time, literally just showed up with her truck and was like, throw your shit in the back. You're gonna roll with me. And I live with my homies in the couches and you know, even my homie Javier, you know, shout out to him. Literally, I lived in his shed. His shed is where we record and where he puts a bunch of fucking workout equipment. That shed is not closed at the top, so all the bugs fly in. I was getting bit up like a fucking homeless person while I was going to work. And they were like, oh shit, somebody here has bed bugs. And they would look at me, but I didn't have bugs. I didn't have bed bugs. I had real fucking bugs. Like I had spiders and shit biting me. I had real outside bugs. I didn't have no fucking bed bugs. So from there, you know what I mean? It makes you feel a certain way, but it also toughens you up. Like, I gotta deal with this shit. Like, I gotta be me. So I started to grow, but it didn't really hit me. And I'll tell you the truth, my lady floated me for a long time, but it didn't really change for me until I was away from them. Until I got to realize, like, yo, they are solid. They are on the ground. They're 100% my support system. And I love them. But I left because I was all fucking going crazy. I had to leave. That's always what I did. I left. That's why I always moved on. So I finally did, and I ended up in Palmdale. And when I went to Palmdale, I went to get my smog license and just kind of learn about cars and do that shit. Like, that's where I learned that appreciation for cars. But from there, I lost myself. Because I couldn't be here with them. That was my foundation. I lost that shit. I was lost. I was really like, I don't even know what to do. But the difference was that I had grown so much. I wasn't even like, how did I say this? I wasn't even unstable. I was wanting to go back. So I did. I came back. She, you know, welcomed me back home. I fucking got my ass going. That was 6 years ago. And everything since then, I've had the same job. I do the same shit all the time. I'm kind of boring sometimes, to be honest with you, but in that success of those 6 years of having the same job, I also give back. I've had people live at this house. I've had people at the other house, you know, just to help them out, just to get back, like, hey, y'all need somewhere to sit, I got you. And then me in my regular life, whenever I'm out and about, because I drive the bus, like, I'm all over the place, a homeless man says to me, hey, I want to give you, you know, I want some food. My bad. He'll say like, hey, I'm hungry or this and that. I said, yeah, let's go. Oh, you could just give me the money. Hey, fool, check this out. I don't give nobody money. If you're hungry, I'll buy you some fucking food. We can go. But I ain't giving you no fucking money. And that's my dad. 110%. My dad is one of those people like, hey, you're gonna earn this money or I'm not giving you shit. And it's fucked up. And I don't make these people earn it, but I can't give people money. I just can't. I never had it to begin with. And then once I did, nobody gave it to me because I had to earn it from my fucking dad. And I mean earn it. I had to work for that shit. I was cleaning the house. Now, all that painting shit, all that cutting trees, that came from my dad. Then I would have to clean behind the fridge. The kind of cleaning where you have to move the fridge. I'm a solid ass guy. I had to move the fucking fridge. I had to move the stove. I had to clean behind the curtains and the doors and like all the places that you would think somebody with a fucking glove, like a white glove, would slime their finger. Like, oh, I see a speck of dirt. You're fired. That kind of shit. You know what I mean? And that right there is why I fucking hated cleaning for a very long time. I hated that shit. I hated anybody who brought it up. And I hated doing it in my personal life. And my wife would hate me for it. Because I don't fucking do it. And that's where I'm wrong. But it's one of those things where like I would clean the bathroom or the bathtub and just Clorox. I'm asthmatic. Like I got real fucking lung problems. And I'm doing this shit as a 8-year-old kid. I'm scrubbing the shit out of everything. We were choking to death in the bathroom. Used to shove me in the what is it? The garage. Tell me, hey, clean the garage with a single light at night. And I could hear all the little rats and shit running around. And I remember I would just sit in there and he would close the door behind the garage. It's one of those like it goes up and it's not the part of the house kind of garage. It's the garage where it's like a carport. In the like separate from where the house is in apartments, so other people saw this. And this is what I'm saying, like I come from all that kind of weird shit. So where do I end up? In more weird shit, because I drive the bus. This is who I am. I can't even do regular shit. I can't sit in the office and just sit there and do paperwork and talk to people and me and we can have lunch and blah blah. I can't do that shit. And then on top of that, I'm antisocial as fuck, so I'm not gonna have lunch with you. And it sucks because I may relate to you. We may be on a real level. Like we may be understanding with each other. But I cannot be there with you because that's not me. I can't do it. So this is why I'm doing this podcast or whatever, because I want you to understand like, hey, this fool's a real ass person and he's cool. But you're not going to see that in person. And that's what sucks. So I want to change that. This is what this is. And this is how I want to open up to that. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is this whole coronavirus, COVID-19 shit. Honestly, like I haven't left the house in like 2 months. I'm going to be completely honest with you. My lady's been making all them trips. I have fucking terrible asthma. I'm big as fuck. Like it is bad. Now, that's me. Am I going to tell you what to do or what to... how to operate or where not to go? Fuck no, because who am I to tell you anything? You do what you do, I do what I do. We both exist on this planet. Hey, good luck. If you do get sick and shit like that happens to you, yo, for reals, I'm sorry. I hope you survive that shit. I know some people, they don't. We have a family friend who his grandpa died and then he got it and then he was in the hospital and now he's still recovering. Yet I got family from Palmdale who they're asymptomatic. They don't have jack shit. They just walk around like it's nothing. So it's kind of like it's a double-edged sword. Like it could cut you, but it could not. So, and then it's rough because you look outside the window and people are fucking everywhere. They're dancing around. They're smoking dope. I mean, they were doing that anyways, but I'm saying they're all together outside. No masks, no nothing, not a care in the world. The life has continued. Now, is that me? Hell nah. I don't know. That shit hit me. I may not make it. So I'm kind of like cautious on all that. But again, who the fuck am I to tell you what to do? You don't tell me what to do. Feel free to do as you want. No judgment here. I'm always an open book about everything. And I'm kind of accepting of what everybody goes through. Because of me, I see things real askew. You might be listening to me now like, the fuck is he talking about? And you're right. What the fuck am I talking about? Exactly. Nothing. Just me. Just honesty and openness. And that's what I'm trying to convey. So if you have it, good luck. If you know somebody who died from it, I feel sorry. My condolences to y'all. But if you really just out here walking around like it ain't no big deal, remember this shit is still happening. So that's pretty much it. The other thing is, Yo, I recorded that first one like real monotone and real sad as I'm telling my story, because that's the way I would share it with somebody if I was like drinking. You know what I mean? Like, you're introspective and everything's fucking rough. But my friend pointed out to me that's not true. Me, I'm a fucking fool. We joke about our dead dads all the time. That's who the fuck we are. You know what I mean? It's not something that we carry because we're from a fucked up place. So, like, let me give you some backstory, right? So, so my half brother from my stepdad, he died 4 years ago on New Year's Day. My stepdad right now, my dad, my fucking real dad that I look up to, he just passed away on New Year's Day of this year. Now, my biological father, he passed away 10 years ago when somebody shot him in the face because he thought he was a hardcore ass fool, which he was. But again, there's always somebody bigger, right? So I go to his funeral. I'm looking at his dead body, right? And at first I was going to show up and I'm wearing, Dickies and a plain shirt because that's who the fuck I am. And my wife, again, girlfriend at the time, she was like, nah. You got to go respectful. What the fuck you doing? You can't dress like that. So I said, all right. But I put like I don't know, whatever kind of button-up shirt. So, okay, cool. So I put it on. I go over there and I go, look, there's a kid right there dressed just like me. As a matter of fact, he even looks like me. And he's crying over my dead father. Wait a minute. And then it fucking hits me. That's my half brother. I've never fucking met this man. And not even worse. What's worse about it, this fool never met his dad. So this was him meeting him dead in the box. I walk up to him because I'm a fucking asshole. And I don't have any emotion towards him. And I just tell him, hey, it'll be okay. Don't worry about it. You're one of us. That's literally all I said. I don't fucking know this man. I didn't even really know my dad that much. I visited him 5-6 times, maybe 6-7 times in my whole life. Because he was always in jail, he was fucking up, or he moved on, or he was doing his own thing. So, my half brother passes away, right? So I go looking for the other family I have left. My dad's grandma, my biological father's grandma, shout out to her, she lives in LA. I go visit her. My cousins, all of them that I've never really connected with. Boom, I meet them. It's great. Sadly, my grandpa from that side passes away. So, it's kind of like a give and take, but anything is with any family, right? So I said, you know what? I'm going to go look for my half brother. He looked just like me. Obviously, smaller. I'm a big man. But he looked just like me, so I'm going to go look for him. I go, and it turns out he hung himself. Fuck. He hung himself a year before I went to go looking for him. So now, I'm out of half brothers, and I'm out of fathers. It's just me. And I know I shouldn't be laughing, but I'm from this place where uncomfortable, fucked up shit is regular, and we have to laugh about it. My bad, I hit the cup. Yes, I'm recording in a cup. It's ghetto. Anyways, so this is who I am. This is how I operate. This is what I'm saying to you. I am a fool who goes through bullshit constantly. Last year, my dad got cancer, right? Because he died of stage 4 lung cancer. So we had to take care of him. So March of last year was just those months of him just fucking... April, my bad. May, my bad, it was May. So that whole time, I'm watching him die. It's declining, right? And he's a fool because he got to smoke and do all that shit. In that time, my wife had a surgery. My daughter had a surgery. My wife's grandma and her aunt both died. One of cancer and the other one of complications. I forget. But they're both gone. So this is all within a year. This is the same year. I'm having a shit of a time in 1 year. 2020 comes around, I'm thinking, fuck it, it's gonna change. Now, before all this shit happened, my cousin Julio went. He passed away in a motorcycle accident up in TJ. So, like, you know what? We gotta go bury him. So I roll up there with the family, and when you die in Mexico, in Tijuana, I don't know if you want to say that right, you go quick. The process is you die, they fucking have a wake for you, you get buried. Friday he died. Saturday we had the wake. Sunday he was buried. Everything ended on that day, and it was done. And I had to come back in March, right before all this shit took off. And I lost another fucking family member. Julio's living his best fucking life, and yet he's gone. You see what I'm saying? So I deal with this shit constantly, and I want to say shit to some people, you know, and sometimes I don't show the emotion. Like when my dad passed away after his wake, or his like ceremony, whatever, because he wanted to be cremated. He didn't want to do none of that shit. After we had his little ceremony, I literally came home and I cried in the shower. Like my homie said, you cry like a man in the shower. So I did. And it just broke me down. And I asked him, I said, why do I feel this way now? When in the beginning, my wife was like, yeah, you ain't got no emotions towards it? You ain't gonna shed a tear? You ain't gonna... I said, nah, it's all right. But at the end of it all, I cried. And that was because I finally had a moment to grieve him. I didn't have to be hard for anybody. I didn't have to be that solid person. My sister and my mom, you could already tell. My mom's pretty solid, but my sister was falling apart. And it's just one of those things where, boom, I had to be there for him, and I was. And I was really, like, lucky and happy that I could. So the time came, and I was gone. You know what I mean? And I was in my own world. And I still deal with the effects now, but I'm much happier, and I'm better at it. It just sucks that I'm good at that shit. I'm good at making videos when people pass away. My homeboy Javier, his dad passed away. I made the video for that. You know, my lady's grandma, she passed away. I made the video for that. I didn't make the video. I put together her what's it called? The programs and shit. You know what I mean? And whatever they need help with, I'm with it. And it sucks to be good at that shit because it's not good to be good at that shit. It's stupid. It's like, unless I work in all this sad shit or this death, why the fuck I gotta be good at that shit? I shouldn't know where to get the roses for all this, so they're the cheapest, but you get the big ones in downtown LA. I shouldn't know where to, you know, get all the little centerpieces and all that. And full disclosure, my wife does all that, and she goes to get all that because she's great. But I know where all that stuff is. You feel me? All those things nobody should be good at, but we have to be because it happens to us constantly. I feel like us more than regular people, and that's only because we have a big family. So I understand how people have actual pain and grief and all that shit because I'm here with you. I'm part of this shit. I'm 100% what it is. And this is where my emotions get kind of skewed because you should feel a certain way. Like I remember working at Walmart. And I walked in, and this is a crazy story. I walk in the bathroom, right? And there's fucking blood everywhere. Like just, it looks like the Kool-Aid man died. Like they stabbed him and he exploded. There was blood everywhere. And I walk out there, the cops coming. I said, well, what the fuck happened? The guy wasn't in there. They tell me that some guy got stabbed outside. He went inside, cleaned all his shit off, threw all his blood everywhere, and then left. So the fucking guy tells me, the supervisor goes, hey, I need you to clean it. I said, well, and before I said another word, he was like, look, nobody else wants to clean it. You're the newest guy here. If you don't clean it, we're going to have a problem. So I was like, yo, don't do that shit to me. All you got to do is be honest. I'm 100% honest with you. You be honest with me. Just tell me what to do and I'll do it because I'm a worker. So I went in there, me and this like homeless man, basically homeless man, who used to jump in the trash compactor at Walmart to take whatever he wanted. I mean the compactor, not like a regular trash, like he goes in there and the smell doesn't bother him. The shit that gets on him doesn't bother him. He gives a fuck. So me and him go in there with just gloves and some Clorox. They're talking about you're supposed to have like a full thing when there's blood. I didn't have no shit like that. This is Pico Rivera. This is garbage. I remember before that, I was just working outside and they were blasting each other at that club. I think it was Rancho Juliacan. I don't fucking know. But anyways, everybody died over there. So this is where I come from and this is where my emotions get all fucked up. Normally you'd be like, oh my god, there's blood everywhere. Oh no, I should be real protective. Oh, what happened to the guy? I don't give a fuck. I don't give two shits about any of this because I've dealt with worse and I'm still in worse, but I'm a little happier now. It's weird, right? You come from all these like bullshit to nice things. I mean, I have a little 3-bedroom house. Right now, I'm in the room sweating my ass off because there's no fucking fan. I don't want to mess up with the thing. But the kids are over there chilling. They're playing their shit or they're on their phone or they're on their computer. They're doing whatever the fuck they want to do. My lady's watching TV. She's enjoying herself. And yet, this here, I would have never seen coming. Because I live in fucking a van. And I have ADHD, so that means that I'm running all over the place and I don't really think of myself in a high regard. And then the PTSD shows in, and I don't even think I'm gonna make it to fucking 30. I'm 33. I never thought I'd make it to 20, to be honest with you, and yet here I am. Living every day is something new, and it's fucking crazy because I never thought I'd be here. So if you're out there listening to me and you're like, well, what the fuck? I can't believe that you really made it there. If you know me, you really can't believe it. I have people tell me all the time they're proud of me. I don't believe them because of, my self-esteem, blah, blah, blah. But they do say it, and I accept it because it kind of is true. I came from some fucked up shit, and yet here I am. Able to record, able to talk to you, able to be doing all this. So if you're out there and you're in my situation where I was dead broke, you know what I'm talking about? Where you listen to that one song by Eminem? Because I hit rock bottom. That fucking song I used to love because it was exactly how I felt and some of the situations I really were in. And yet now, I'm over here sitting, you know what I mean? We're just chilling. So if you're out here listening to me and you think like, oh, fuck, good for you. No. Good for you. At least you listen to me, and at least somewhere in there you're like, oh shit, it is possible. It fucking is. And I had a problem with this the other day too, because me and my homie were talking, and I said, yo, how come I made it and nobody else did? I'm the giant piece of shit. Why the fuck isn't other people prospering like me? And he said, you're a different kind of person. I said, no, I'm not. I'm gonna say fuck up like everybody else. He said, no, you're willing to take the opportunities. As long as they promote themselves, you will take them. You won't ignore them for some other bullshit. You understand you gotta take them, so you do. And I came here and I'm here. I have a smog license and shit. Cool. I have a Class B license. Also cool. What did I have before? Nothing. I didn't even have an operating forklift license. And I was operating forklifts. I'm just saying there's a place where you can be down and you can be just shit and feel like it. Live in that shit, stew in that shit, grow from that shit. That's what I did. Once you hit rock bottom, the only place to go is up. And no matter how many times you fall down, you can still get back up because I'm still getting back up no matter at what weight I'm at. That's a fat joke. Anyways, what I'm saying is you got a choice. I got a choice. We just have to choose to want to do it. That's all it is. And a little bit of effort. A tiny bit of effort and a fucking choice is all you need to be somewhere different. Now, that puts me into another place where I'm not the best person to give advice because I'm not the best person to take advice. I'm the kind of guy who's like, you talk to me, right? And you'd be like, oh, yeah, you should really do this. You really do that. I'm going to tell you to go fuck yourself because I don't want to be told what to do. That's something I've hate. That's something I've hated. I've been... At any age, fucking tell me what to do. I hate it. Even my wife now, she gives me a laundry list of shit. That shit pisses me off. It shouldn't. It's so simple. It's so like something that you don't need to dwell on, but I do. And what do? I have to stop. I have to think, and I have to go. I'm tripping. So someone who trips so fucking much, I can't give you any advice. I can tell you it's possible. I can show you my story. I can have you listen to me. I can have you really take in all the bullshit I've been through and how I'm still standing and prospering on top of all that. But the other thing is I'm also quite humble from it. See, my humbleness comes in a sense of I'm doing this right. And it's kind of like, you could take it as I'm bragging to you. But in reality, I'm just telling you that I have a normal living situation. This is normal. This is what people do when they work. They work hard. They get their money. They have their home, they fucking buy stuff and do with their kids. That's what the fuck you do. But when you don't come from that, how the fuck you know you're supposed to get there? There was times I spent with my wife and we'd be talking and I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. The one time she made pepper valleys for me, I didn't know what the fuck that was because nobody ever went to my games and I never hung out at any of the games to have the damn Fritos with the chili and the cheese. I never had that. The one time she made pork chops, I don't know what the fuck those were. Shit like that is like, what? We didn't never had a real tree in my house. So when she brought it up for Christmas, I said, oh, real, like, comes out of the ground tree? Not the plastic one you just get from Walmart? They're fancy. They got the ones with the lights. We could do that. She looked at me like I was crazy. She was like, I'm not getting that fucking fake ass tree in my house. Okay, so what do? We go and get a tree. We strap it to the car. Every year. We've gotten better. Because if you go from a Douglas fern to one of those, I can't think of the damn name of it, but it's like the Charlie Brown tree. You know what I mean? We're doing good. And that's one of my favorite holidays now. Christmas is one of those big deals. And not even because we go anywhere. It's just because we're home. So listening to me is wild nonsense, and it's kind of all over the place. And I don't blame you if you already shut this shit off. But just know that I come from a very terrible place. I still have nightmares of this shit. Like, I literally, hand of God, I have nightmares of what happened to me when I was younger. I can't even fucking remember it. But all I know is I reach out for my wife and I'm fucking sweating or shaking or whatever, and she's right there. There's times when she wakes up and she's like, "You're our ass." I say, "Yeah." And I come from all that, still dealing with all that. And yet here I am, talking to you, making this music, going to work, spending time with my kids. During this whole quarantine shit, like, I really, I taught my son to play poker and con quien. I don't know if you ever play that shit, but it is awesome, to spend time with people you love. I haven't been able to see my mom and them because they're fucking parading around. My sister's gallivanting over every trail, but I got love for them. I got love for my Palmdale family. I got love for my friends that I don't see. And don't confuse friends with, like, a lot of people. I have a few friends. I'm very much a loner, but I want to have friends. It's so just conflicting that this is how my life is. And yet, I still make it work. I put all the crazy shit aside. I try not to open up too much to anybody, really. My wife I give pieces to, but when I really, like, open up to her, she goes crazy. Because she starts to worry. Like, what the fuck is he talking about? The crazy shit that crosses my mind. Like, that's not normal. And I know it's not normal. But sometimes I gotta let this shit out. And I think this is what the podcast is about. I think it's setting out an opinion of shit that I might have on something, but really just letting myself open up to what the fuck's going on. And this is new for me. I've never done this shit. I never open up like this. The only conversation I have like this is with my homie. And we're somewhat introspective, but we're really just nonsense. We'll just joke and laugh. And like I said, we both lost our dad recently. And all we do is just make jokes about everything. Every fucked up thing you can believe, we make jokes about, because that's how we get by. Our life has been that fucked up that we joke about it. And sometimes people, they get mad. I'm not gonna lie, people get mad. They're like, "Oh, what the fuck? Why would you say that? Blah, blah, blah. This guy was a national treasure. Hashtag went down in a helicopter." All I'm saying is, we laugh about shit like that and we have jokes about it. Is it 100% serious? Yes. Is it fucking sad? Yes. Does it make people cry and does it hurt them? Yes. Why do we joke about it? Because we come from those situations. We're such fucking pieces of shit and assholes from back then. We still carry that humor. And it's wrong. Yeah, it's not politically correct and everybody might get a little hurt listening to it, but it's damn right our truth. This is how we deal with traumatic events. This is how we get by. I still joke about shit I don't even know about in my past. It's like, what really happened to me? I don't know. I just know that you're not supposed to wake up fucking shaking or crying or holding on to somebody. That's not normal. That's not fucking normal. I don't care who you are. That shit isn't normal. But that's the shit I deal with. Because I'm a fucking lunatic. Yet, I accept it, I deal with it, and I grow from there. And every day's a little better. But sometimes I have big leaps. Like the other time, my lady went to go get McDonald's. And I was like, "Oh, cool. She's getting McDonald's. This is what I want. I want a burger. I want large fucking fries. I want all that shit." She came back with like some nuggets, some nugget meal for everybody. And I was like, I fucking don't love nuggets like that. I wanted a burger, right? So I get all pissed off and I go to the room. Why did I do that? Because I'm a fucking fool. But then I dig a little deeper. Why the fuck would that make me so mad? And these memories just kind of pop in and they pop out. And I got one. And it was that when I was younger, I never really had money. So then my mom would give me money and I was like, oh, I was super excited. So one time I fucking asked some friends for some fries. And they went to go get them and they came back. And there was like almost no fries in the thing. I said, what the fuck is this? And they're like, those are your fries. And I said, no, I asked you for large fries. I gave you money. I gave you money for large fries. And they're like, and I said, and I deserve large fries. I gave you the fucking money. They're like, oh, you're so stingy, blah, blah, blah. I said, I never fucking have money. Where are my fries? And they're like, oh, and they kind of looked at each other like, what the fuck? Why would he get so upset? So then from there, They gave me whatever fries were left in the bag, right? So why would I feel that way? Why the fuck would I even get that way? They're fucking fries. Who cares? Not having money was such a big deal to me. Not being heard by people was such a big deal to me. This is constantly my childhood. So I felt fucking like attacked. And then I asked her for something. She came back with nuggets. That shit infuriated me for the dumbest reason, because I was holding on to some old shit. So I come in the room, I get all bent out of shape, I think about it, I deal with it, and I move on. So in essence, I had my own little therapy session, and that's what I do all the time. And this is why I've grown so much, because you gotta let shit go. Shit ain't fucking important, let it go. And if it is to you, and it's like unreasonable, find out what the fuck is wrong with you, because it's not everybody else. It is fucking you. Now, that being said, I can't stand the therapy I've been to, because these fools are talking about, oh, you're such a bright young man. Oh, your story is so great. Oh, you're amazing. You're this, you're that. Motherfucker, I don't come here for you to touch my wiener. I'm asking you to fucking listen to me and give me a reason of why I am the way I am. I don't need you to tell me how smart I am. I don't need you to tell me about my trauma. I need you to explain how to do this, how to fix it, and how to move forward. But all they do is just, oh, you're so great. You're so amazing. God, you're so bright. Such a strong person. Man, fuck you. I didn't come here for that. I came here to be treated like the most brash person who needs this kind of therapy. I need fucking rough ass therapy, but I haven't gotten anybody like that yet. And I know I need to keep going. My homie tells me I should keep going. He goes to it and he loves it. And, it's important. Growing up in that environment, you need to let go of that shit. You need to grow. You need to let shit like that go. And this death and all the shit that I've been dealing with, I've been pretty good about letting that go. I have my moments where I think about my dad and I'm like, oh man, that sucks. Julio too. My brother. It's too much, man. It's too much. But when you have a good support system like I do, it's worth it, and it's nice. So, yeah, man. I just wanted to share some shit. There's no real topics. There's no shit like that. One guy said I should talk about the coronavirus thing, which I did. But I mean, real topics I don't have. I just roll with it. That's my whole life, Nothing really breaks me down like that unless I let it. But most of the time, I just keep rolling. I just keep figuring out how to do shit. It's like that creative part of me that I apply to problem solving and critical thinking. I really have. And I know some of you don't. And that's okay. Because we weren't all given, knowledge or sight. It's not something that you can give. You're born with that shit. You can help somebody unlock it, but you can't give that shit to them. Look at the people that are super fucking racist. They don't have a reason to be racist most of the time. They're just fucking idiots. They believe what their granddaddy believed. And their daddy's daddy. And whoever the fuck owned another person. Nah, you're fucking stupid. Why can't you live your own life, you fucking follower? That's my point. Like, you could just be you. But be cool. You don't have to carry on other shit. But the only reason you do is because you don't have any knowledge. You can't see past what's in front of you. So I feel it. I get it. I'm completely understanding. And like I said, there's no judgment here. I know racist people. I'm friends with all kinds of people. And I know you're thinking like, oh, why don't you ever take a stand? I'm a fucking walking conflict. That's exactly who I am. So in that sense, let me know what y'all want to talk about. Either we can get to some serious shit. We can get to some dumb shit. Y'all want to give some suggestions or whatever the fuck it is. I'm with it. I'm 100% an open book and I'm honest. And I love y'all. I really do. And I hope that you guys got some out of this. I know I did. It let me open up a little bit when I don't open up to nobody. So, thank you. If you do make it this far and you're all the way at the end, just know that, I mean, life is beautiful, you know what I mean? It's so corny to say, it's fucking dumb, but it's true. Life is beautiful. It's fucked up in some areas and it's just janky in others, but it is so cool to be part of all this shit. I used to walk around ready to die for no reason. No enemies, no problems, but let some fucking bullshit cross my mind, I'm ready to go. Why? So stupid. But now I got some insight on life and I want to live. I want to see all this shit. I want to see my kids grow. I hope you do too. And I hope if you having problems with that shit, like maybe you thinking yourself a certain way or you're looking at yourself a certain way, yo, you get you some help. Shit, you can hit me up if you want to. I'm with it. I'm 100% about helping people. Anyways, more topics to come. I don't know. Other shit that crosses my mind, I damn sure share with you. But as for now, I got a jet. So, peace.
I ain't trying to be a nuisance. I never hang around even when I was young. And when I did, it turned to shit. So I had to stand tough. But that ain't me, and I ain't see the damage it did. Turn a nice boy to a hard ass kid. But don't trip. I'm working out the kinks, learning all the awful things. I was part of real hard up when I started losing dreams. And 8 ball got me started. I'm over at Chris' house. He living by the greens without sleep.